Shalom. This is just going to be a quick hit. But before I begin, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashum, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashum, Rakach Wadash, the monster of the apostles, the monster of the elders at Great Millstone, Uruel, and time in his truth. Much respect to you brothers out there, just preaching his word and truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of earth. Tabernacle David, hopeful elect, and the speckled bird. To you I say shalom. Let's get into this lesson. I was watching this video the other day because over here in Louisville, Kentucky, you had that UPS plane that blew up a couple months ago, man. And most definitely, that was big news because that's not something that happens every day. And matter of fact, since Trump been in office, I forget this the statistics, but there's been many plane crashes, man. Many plane crashes. Still some more train derailments, right? But what I want to get into with that plane crash, once again, I was watching some videos on it. Police officers trying to move to the scene, and these people. You can see the reaction of these people. They're not ready for Jacob's trouble, man. They're not ready to see the nuclear missiles pop off. They're not ready, man. They have no situational awareness. I mean, they're just done. They through, man. Right? They're getting in the way. So just imagine when Jacob's trouble pops off, man. They are going to truly bug out, man. Imagine when those missiles come, man. Because I remember looking up in the sky and seeing the huge smoke cloud in the sky, man. Right? And I was just thinking about the scriptures, man. Hey, Yahweh Ratazah. Matter of fact, we'll get that. Hey, Yahweh Ratazah. We'll see if I got it in this phone. May have to re-highlight it. Let's get Revelation 11, man. Revelation 11, right? We'll highlight these. Revelation 11 and verse 11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from power entered into them, and they stood up upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. Right? And this is the awakening of the Israelites. Right? Starting with apostles. You had Abba Bibbins, the apostles, elders, elder bishops, brothers on down, right? Waking up at the 12 tribes chart, breaking down the scriptures as you read in the book of Ezekiel as well, right? Because Psalms 83, these other nations, especially Esau, Edom, right? Because he's named twice. These other nations came together to blot us out of remembrance, man. Right? And so to see us waking up, oh yeah. they feel it in their spirit. Something is coming. Something is coming, man. That's the end. Right? Verse 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. Right? And so I was thinking about this scripture, man. Getting beamed up in the chariots and looking down and seeing the destruction of our enemies. Right? Just as I was looking up in the sky and seeing that huge smoke cloud and all the people round about bugging out. Right? Because it was a big deal. It's a huge, big deal, man. Right? Because you had a whole bunch of businesses being affected by that, traffic being affected by that, the water and air being affected by that. Yeah, that was a big deal, man. So yeah, these people was bugging out when that happened. Anyways, verse 13, right? In the same hour was there a great earthquake. How did this earthquake happen? by thermonuclear fire, those missiles, the ICBM missiles, right? Doesn't Russia have the Satan 1 and the Satan 2 that can get over here in 15 minutes or less, right? What you gonna do in 15 minutes, man? Where are you gonna go in 15 minutes? That's why we need the spirit of the Lord, right? Hey, Yahweh, we of those men, man. You know, we get the heck up out of here, man. Lord has mercy upon us. And the 10th part of the city fell. And in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted, and gave glory to power of heaven, right? To the God of heaven, right? To Yahweh Shem Shai, right? Because you can only imagine. That's going to be a beautiful scene, but it's going to be scary at the same time, right? Seeing the nuclear missiles fly, seeing the chariots, seeing the great beam, you know? Brothers was talking about it at camp. You know, the great beam, that's going to be a lot of force coming from that great beam, from the chariots. And as the scriptures say, flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of power, right? So you this flesh can't make it, but these new bodies, we gonna get it, man, and get beamed up in that chariot, man. You can't get in the chariot in these bodies. you gotta get beamed up, man. Right? Matter of fact, verse 14, we'll get that too, right? The second woe is past, and all right, the second woe, World War II, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. You see that? The third woe cometh quickly. And we can see that, right? Tensions of wars and rumors of wars, right? These big noses going crazy, right? Babylon the Great over there in Iraq. It's like in the so-called Middle East. All right. You know, just, hey, Russia fighting, which that's a proxy war. Russia fighting Ukraine. And, you know, if you understand proxy war, the United States is funding the Ukraine. And their goal is to try to weaken the Russians, which Esau Edom is bugged out. Really, y'all should be holding hands and being together because this is your last hurrah. If you were wise, instead of fighting your own brothers, if you understood and knew what's coming, as the scriptures say, you know, there's no more wisdom in teaming, right? But anyways, getting back to it, if y'all was wise, y'all would be working together. But this has always been the MO of the Edomite, right? You know, even when they're in power, they just, you know, they can't share the wealth. They're against each other, as you read in Second Esdras, Slakia, Revelation 6, right? It's given unto him a great sword, you know, that blessing of the sword. And it also says, in fact, we'll just go get it. We'll just go get it. Slakia. May have to highlight it too. Yeah, Revelation 6 and 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. Right? As you read, and matter of fact, we'll get it. Right? We'll get it in a second. Take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and that was given unto him a great sword. So they're taking peace from the earth, as you read in First Maccabees, right? When they were brought into power, evils were multiplied in the earth, right? And it says that they should kill one another. So even when they're in their power seat, they're against each other, man. Let's go get that. What's it? First Maccabees. We'll just highlight these. Right. I'll just highlight these. Let me see. First Maccabees 1:1, and it happened after Alexander, the son of Philip, the Macedon, because you go back to the lineage, his lineage goes back to Amalek, right? Who came out of the land of Chittim and has smitten Darius, the king of the Persians and the Medes, and that he reigned in his stead in the first over Greece, and made many wars and won many strongholds and slew the kings of the earth. This is Esau, Edom, coming through, ramming through these kings of the earth, man. Because especially back then, right? The king wouldn't just send his men to war. The king will roll out there in the war. It's not like in this weak ass age, right? Where the kings of this earth now, they send these men to war and they just sit back and they chilling, drinking their wine, you know, doing whatever, man. Shoot, especially Esau Edom, with the the paperwork coming out. Catch my drift, right? Anyways, verse 3. And went through the ends of the earth and took spoil of many nations, as much that the earth was quiet before him. Wherefore, whereupon he was exalted and his heart was lifted up, right? That pride lifted up, man. Yeah, we got all these nations, man. We running through, man. We running through, right? And he gathered a mighty strong host and ruled over countries and nations and kings who became tributaries unto him. And after these things, he fell sick, right? If I'm not mistaken, Alexander the Great, right? He really he really didn't get to enjoy his kingdom. As you read in the book of Job, the Lord is going to rain upon him while he is eating, right? And perceived that he should die, right? Wherefore he called his servants such as were honorable, and he had been brought up with him from his youth and parted his kingdom among them, right? His four generals, right? Because Jake get mad when they hear Cleopatra and they're like, hey, man, Cleopatra should have been a Jake, man. Cleopatra should have been a black woman. Nah, that's actually those are actually Edomites. There's a time when Esau Edom was reigning in Egypt, right? That nigga probably got sunburned, but they were reigning in Egypt, man. Now they were not the original Egyptians as they try to put in the textbooks, right? Y'all know that picture, all right? But they did reign in Egypt for a little minute, right? Get back to it. And let's see. And parted his kingdom among them while he was yet alive. So Alexander, as it says right here, reigned 12 years and then died. He didn't really get to enjoy his kingdom, man. And this is a sign of what's going to happen in Esau Edom now in this kingdom. Once again, as the scriptures say, the Lord's going to rain it upon him while he is eating. When he got these people hipped up, right? Lord going to lay that smack down upon him, right? Let's see. Let's highlight these two. And the servants bear rule every one in his place. And after his death, they put on crowns upon themselves, so did their sons after them many years. And check this, and evils were multiplied in the earth, right? What the scriptures say, when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn, right? When the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And once again, I forget the statistics, but since Trump been in office, it's been in many helicopter crashes and or airplane crashes. Guess you can say To keep it simple, aircraft crashes, man. Right? And let's get this, right? It's Ezekiel 33 and verse 32. And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song, one that has a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument. For they hear thy words, but they do them not. Right? Jake may come up to the camp, listen. Oh, yeah, we Israelites. Oh, yeah, this it sounds beautiful, but you're not truly dancing to the song. You know, you have not been fully converted and healed. You're still a nigga. So check this verse 33. And when this cometh to pass, and lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet have been among them. These things are going to happen, man. Right? A event of 2020 is going to happen worse, but on it's going to be worse and on a broader scale, man. That's coming. Jacob's trouble is coming. Them nuclear missiles is coming. And y'all going to be wishing that y'all took heed as we get this right here. Matthew 11 and verse 17. And saying, we have piped unto you and ye have not danced. You see, this is a lovely song. Before the Lord does anything, he gives his prophets this beautiful song and they play it. And those that are meant to dance to it is going to dance to it and take heed. Everybody else, they're going to get mowed through, right? And matter of fact, this is us playing the lovely song, as we was going into it at camp, for the beautiful wedding, man. Right? Ushering Yahweh Shai to come through, man. Right? To sweep us up. We're as the bridegroom, right? And we ready for the Lord to sweep us up, man. Right? So we're playing right now. We're playing the lovely song, man. As a bridegroom walks through the aisle, right? So let's get this. Once again, we piped unto you, and ye have not danced. We mourn unto you, and ye have not lamented. Right? So Jake is disregarding the song. They don't want to hear it, man. Right? Sounds like hot garbage. All right? For John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say he have a devil. Right? And who was John the Baptist? He was Elijah in the reincarnation, man. And he called him a devil, man. The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they said, behold, a man gluttonous and a winebibber, a friend of the publicans and sinners. But wisdom, check this, but wisdom is justified of her children. You see? Those that have the wisdom is going to see right through that, man. Right? Yeah, you're going to be shitted on these people, man, but through Yahweh Shai, right? Through Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, a glory is given, right? What they say, humility before honor. And we're going to get this. Isaiah 33 and verse 6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord is his treasure. Right? However I format this video, I may have some footage being shown of the wreckage or whatever if I end up finding it. But these people gonna bug out in that day, man. They bugging out now. But when that mass day of destruction happened, man, hey, call Lord Yahweh Shem Shah for this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. Right? Because you're going to have that different type of spirit upon you, man. Let's get this and we'll close out right here. Ecclesiastes 7 and verse 12. For wisdom is a defense and money is a defense. Right? Because these Christians will say money is the root of all evil. No, the scriptures say the love of money is the root of all evil, right? You need money to survive. You need money to, get through as of right now, right? When they implement that MOTB, wholeheartedly is relying upon the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai to get you through, right? Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, right? But the excellency of knowledge that the wisdom giveth life to them that have it. You see, we got the life, man. And we understand the Lord's playbook. We understand what's happening, man, or what's going to happen. And everybody else is going to bug out, man. So, yeah, I just want to get that quick hit in. Y'all right desires to edify.